Hey guys, this is Sasha and welcome back to my channel. I am doing my live pregnancy test. This is the last one before we hit our year of trying to conceive, you guys. And I'm going to jump right in and then we will chat a little bit. All right, you guys. So if you have not watched any of my tests, live pregnancy tests, my tests are down here. So they're at eye level. I can't see the results. And to be honest, I kind of went back and watched some of my live pregnancy tests. And within this year, what have I learned? I have learned that my hormones have been imbalanced and I've worked on correcting that. I have also learned that I truly regret the Mirena IUD. I don't think that it is the reason why directly medically diagnosed, proven, any of that stuff, why I have not conceived. But nevertheless, it is something that if I could go back, I would make a decision not to do. I would have rather just had, my babies closer in age. Than to go through this. If this is your first time watching, my very first pregnancy, once my husband and I had not even been married a couple months, shortly after the passing of my mom, we found out we were pregnant with my daughter, and that pregnancy ended at 39 weeks, 5 days officially, and then she was born at 40 weeks, 1 day, stillborn. And the journey to motherhood has never been an easy one for me. My journey in life has never been easy. Don't have a bad life, but I was born with a physical disability and I've always been in and out of doctors, getting treatment, being looked at, being poked, prodded, blood tests and things like that. So it's not my forte, but the love I have for my children and the strong desire I have to be a mother literally can catapult you through things that you just did not think you could do. And so as we get closer to the year, I won't lie, this cycle has been very stressful on what to do next, and it has been very triggering for me. It's been triggering having a loss. It has been triggering at the idea of what's going to happen next and needing to reach out to my doctor and see what he recommends. When I spoke before, which I have that video, I'll link it in the iCards, he had mentioned about a fertility clinic. That clinic is an hour away, not really my preference. The main reason why it's not my preference is because it reminds me of going 2 hours away to Chicago growing up. I had to go quite frequently to different doctors and specialists to ultimately get surgery. But I did that from the time I could remember my life. I remember going to doctors and blood samples and tests and neural tests to see what kind of damage occurs. And it was something that I did the first 16 years of my life. I count it a blessing that I've been able to work past any obstacle that comes in my life. But I really had to sit down and think to myself, how will it help mentally, right? This journey to conceiving is just as much mental as it is physical. And am I ready to the journey it would take starting at that fertility center clinic? I was putting it together. And so that has not been the easiest discussion. It's been a little bit of, it's been very stressful to me. It's been very stressful to me. It's been stressful to my husband. And I'm kind of at a crossroad, not to mention the financial obligation is substantial as well. And it's not that we don't have it, but when I think about it, I would rather utilize that for a child that is in the progress, doing updates and things in the home, to go from a family of 2 living kids to 3 living kids and, redesigning the space and things of that nature. it's just a lot to think about. It's a lot to process. And you guys have left beautiful comments down below. Some of you have gone through it. And then there's also the concern of, you know, my cycle's 26 days. My doctor says that's not problematic. But he also thought for certain I would conceive by a year, which I might pull up these tests and be like, yay, which would be awesome. But there's so many unknowns. Your girl needs a break, which is why we're going to be going on vacation one way or another at the end of this month, because it is much needed. This year, despite TTCing and everything going on in the world, has had so many blessings for us as a family, but this has been overwhelming. Maybe other people don't talk about that it's overwhelming, and it can even be strenuous at times in your marriage. I want a different atmosphere shift before boys go back to school, I go back to work in the building and things like that. And, you know, life starts resuming however it's going to resume. So I'm really nervous. Like I feel like I've been gut punched in my stomach, and I haven't even looked at the test because I'm really nervous, a little antsy and everything. I know God is able. If this is your first time, I'm very much a faith-based person. I know that God is going to bless us with our baby. When? I do not know. That is all on his timing. But I know it is going to come to pass, and I trust and I cling to that hope. Like, that is what gives me strength every time to pick up these, show you guys my journey, be transparent, and just keep it real, because it's not always easy. I actually did not film a couple days because I was a little bit sad. I won't lie. I was just like, oh my God, every day is getting closer to the year. And diagnosis seems so finite. It makes things like so vivid, like right there in your face. Versus right now, it's just a thought. There's nothing that's been confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed. It hasn't been denied. But once something goes out, right, like a diagnosis, or you hear it like officially, that's a whole nother thing that I'm preparing for, because I know when I reach out to my doctor and I go visit him and we discuss things, there's going to be things that I might not be prepared for. So I'm trying to use this moment to prepare. This might be all over the place, but I'm just speaking on my fears, and they are very, very much real for me at this time. But the hope is also very much inside of me. And I am just receiving the blessings. So let's look at these tests. This is probably the moment you all have waited for. If you fast forward to get to this part, you know, I ain't mad at you. So let's look at these tests. So we're going to start with the first signal. First signal is normally how I always have found out I'm pregnant. By the way, just for accountability, I believe I am 12 DPO. I'm not saying I couldn't find out later, but these are my last two tests anyway. So I'll let you guys look first. Excuse my nails. I'm taking some of them off. I see absolutely nothing. I put my glasses on today because I have no time for lying eyes. And I believe I would have already posted the video on the very horrible evap line that I got the other day, and it was like a dark evap line. But when I've tested since then, I have had no other ones. So I'm just going to show you the test again. I don't see anything there. I was just making sure it's focused. So yeah, so that's that one. And then this is supposed to be, this is like the Quake version. It's a blue dye test, so I don't really fool with it, but I'll have you guys look first. I don't see anything there. I always try to cover up the back so I don't see any light or anything like that. So I see absolutely nothing, because somebody's going to be like, I see something. Let me be clear. This is the angle that I'm looking at. I see nada. So Where to go next, I honestly don't know. It will end up probably being like a vlog style. I really just have to get my mind wrapped around. You're never out till AF comes, and today I'm like on cycle day 23 or 24. So AF should be arriving in the next 2 to 3 days. So I definitely will be vlogging this part. I would have never, ever thought losing 100 pounds, best shape of my life, starting this fertility journey, that it would be so many various unknowns that would creep in this year. But whether or not, whatever diagnosis comes down the pipeline, whatever things come down the pipeline, I know this as someone who has lost a child, has carried them and given birth to them, and that was where their life began and stopped at the same time. One thing that I know 100% is, even in your worst moments, even right now, I feel like I want to like break down and cry. I also know that there are so many great things that are coming forward. So even though like right now, this moment like sucks, let me be clear. This moment sucks. I know there's going to be beautiful moments coming forward, and that is what is giving me hope. So anyway, you guys, thank you for chilling with me talking. I just kind of wanted to bear my heart out for this TTC journey. This is concluding cycle number 15. I am 12 DPO. I don't know if I will continue to test, but you will be updated. Please make sure you hit the subscribe, turn your notifications on. Let me know how you're doing, how you're going. Thank you so much for the love and support and the positive vibes. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.